Today's keyword is chaos, but unshakable chaos, right? Some days back, I was watching a video of Sadhguru. I'm sure all of you must have heard his name. And there was some person attending his session, some foreign lady, and she was mentioned that India is so disorganized, right? It is so populated, some so disorganized, so diverse faiths, diverse languages. So how do you really manage? And his answer was that you might treat it as a chaos, but it is a cosmic chaos for us. And Indians love it, right? And we just somehow know how to deal with it, or that is part of our lives. So you might feel that India is disorganized, but Indians love that chaos in their own way and they know how to stay organized in that. So that was something beautiful because, yes, with so much diversity, we still get things done and we live in a beautiful way. So, if I may ask you something, when was the last time everything went according to plan? Your morning unfolded smoothly, work was calm, traffic was light, everyone at home was in a good mood, health was perfect, finances were stable, and nothing unexpected demanded your attention. सुन के ऐसा लगेगा क्या कभी ऐसा हो सकता है? And if you're struggling to remember, of course you're not alone. Because here's the truth about life: chaos isn't the exception, it's the baseline. The deadline that moved up overnight, the school calling because your child is unwell, the leak in the ceiling during monsoon, the festival preparations while managing a full time job, and the aging parent who needs care. The project that suddenly changed direction. So, life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't ask permission before throwing curveballs. So, if chaos is inevitable, the question isn't how do I avoid it? The real question is how do I remain unshakable in the middle of it? And that's exactly what we are exploring today. Becoming unshakable during chaos, because the mountain doesn't crumble because the wind blows harder. And here's what most of us believe: some people are just naturally calm under pressure. They're born with it, it's their personality, and their stars are aligned differently. And while temperament plays a role, inner stability is actually a skill, which means you can learn it, practice it, and get better at it. Think of it like building a muscle. No one is born with six pack abs. You have to train. Similarly, no one is born unshakable. You have to practice staying grounded when life gets shaky. Let me tell you about Anjali. She's a senior manager, mother of two, primary caregiver for her mother in law who has dementia. On paper, her life is chaos. And some days, it absolutely feels that way. But here's what she told me: I realized I had a choice. I could let every crisis pull me under, or I could learn to be calm in the center of the storm. So I started small. Every morning, before anyone else woke up, she would sit with a chai for 10 minutes, not scrolling, not planning, just breathing and being present. That small ritual became her anchor. And when Her mother in law wandered out of the house one evening and neighbors found her 2 streets away. Anjali's instinct was to panic, but she paused. She breathed. She handled it step by step, brought her home safely, called the doctor, arranged for additional help, all while staying remarkably steady. She didn't deny the chaos. She just refused to let it dictate her internal state. And that's the skill. Not avoiding storms, but learning to be the mountain that don't crumble when the wind blows harder. So many a times, I do say that problems are there. But do you want to discuss the problem or do you want to focus on the solutions? Right? And many a times we are in the habit of discussing the problems all the time. That means we are focusing on the chaos and we should rather care or focus on the solutions part. So here's a distinction that changes everything. See, external chaos and internal chaos are two different things. Your child throwing a tantrum in the grocery store is external chaos. You screaming back, feeling your heart race, spiraling into shame and frustration is internal chaos. The client changing requirements the night before a deadline is external chaos. You losing sleep, snapping at your team, catastrophizing your career is internal chaos. External chaos, of course, you cannot control, but internal chaos, that's entirely within your power. Let me give you a very Indian example. It's Diwali week, and you know what happens on Diwali? It's a busy festival. So, Meera is hosting 15 relatives. The house needs cleaning, sweets need to be made, her kids need new clothes, and she's also finishing a critical work presentation. इंडियन होम्स में दिवाली पे इतनी क्लीनिंग चाहिए होती है दैट किड्स लव होली मोर कि वहां पे कोई क्लीनिंग नहीं करनी राइट सो ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट her younger sister calls in tears because her engagement just broke off and she's coming to stay for a few days starting tonight. Old Mira would have melted down. Why does everything happen to me? I can't handle this. This is just too much. But new Mira, she takes a different approach. She acknowledges the chaos. Yes, this is a lot. It's objectively a lot. But then she shifts. What can I control? I can order some sweets instead of making everything. I can ask my husband to handle the clothes shopping. I can move my presentation to a cafe tomorrow. I can be present for my sister without taking on her pain as my own. She doesn't pretend it's easy. She feels the stress, but she doesn't let it create additional chaos inside her mind. And here is the secret: calm is contagious, but panic is poison. When you panic, everyone around you absorbs. Your children feel it, act out more. Your team feels it and makes more mistakes. Your spouse feels it and tensions rise. But when you stay grounded, it creates a field of stability around you. People unconsciously settle. Solutions emerge. The situations doesn't change, but the energy around it does. Think of Rohan, who works in sales. One month, three of his biggest deals fall through. His manager is breathing down his neck. He has EMIs to pay, a wedding to fund, and now his job feels unstable. He could spiral, refresh his email compulsively, lose sleep, snap at everyone, start doom scrolling job portals at midnight. Or he can acknowledge the reality. This is a tough quarter. I'm feeling pressure that's valid. and then create stability internally. I'm going to do my best work, one call at a time. I'm going to exercise to manage my stress. I'm going to talk to my wife instead of shutting down. I'll explore options without panicking. Same chaos, completely different internal experience. So, how do you actually build this unshakable quality? And it starts with grounding rituals. Yes, grounding rituals are small, consistent practices that bring you back to center when life pulls you in thousand directions. For some people, it's 5 minutes of deep breathing before bed. For others, it's a morning walk, journaling, praying, listening to a specific song, or even just stretching. The key is it has to be yours. It has to be something you can do even on your worst day. I know a woman who keeps a small, smooth stone in her purse. When chaos hits, a difficult conversation, bad news, overwhelming to do list, she holds that stone for 30 seconds and repeats to herself, I am safe in this moment. Of course, not everything is fine, not toxic positivity, just right now in this breath, I am safe. That simple act brings a nervous system down from fight or flight mode. It creates a tiny pause where wisdom can enter. So she gives wisdom a chance. Another friend of mine, every time he feels chaos rising, he does what he calls the reset. He stands up, rolls his shoulders back 3 times, take 5 deep breaths, and ask himself one question: what is the next right thing I need to do? See, taking a pause in a different way. Not how will I solve everything, just what's the next right thing. Make the phone call, send the email, drink water, ask for help, even take a nap. One step, then another, and that's how you move through chaos without becoming it. So let me share a 2 minute reset practice, so we can definitely use it today, right now, in fact. The next time you feel chaos rising, and I guarantee it will happen, life is like that. So try this 2 minute reset. Step one, deep breathing. 4 counts in through your nose, hold for four, 6 counts out through your mouth. So 4, 4, 6. Do this 3 times. This signals your nervous system that you are not in actual danger. Then, step two, stretch. Roll your shoulders, stretch your arms overhead, shake out your head. Physical movement interrupts the stress cycle. And then, step three, self reminder. Say this out loud or in your mind: I am safe in this moment. Let me repeat: I am safe in this moment. So, of course, not everything is perfect. Not I have not no problems. Just right now, I am safe. 2 minutes. That's all. But those 2 minutes can be the difference between reacting from chaos and responding from calm. So here is what I want you to remember. Being unshakable doesn't mean nothing ever shakes you. It doesn't mean you never feel fear, stress, or overwhelm. Being unshakable means that when life tries to knock you off balance, and it will, repeatedly, you have the tools to find your center again. It means you stop waiting for life to calm down before you feel calm. Because life won't calm down. There will always be another deadline, another crisis, another curveball. But you can definitely become the mountain, because the mountain doesn't crumble because the wind blows harder. The mountain stands, the storm passes, and the mountain remains. And that's not because the mountain is unfeeling, it's because the mountain is grounded. And so can you be. So you can hold space for the chaos without becoming chaotic. You can acknowledge the storm without being swept by it. You can be both soft and strong, both present and peaceful. And here is your call to action for the day. Sometime today, practice the 2 minute reset. You don't have to wait for a crisis. In fact, don't wait. Practice it now when things are relatively calm. So it's there for you when chaos inevitably arrives. Deep breathing, stretching, and I am safe in the moment. Just 3 steps. And if you want to go deeper, create one small grounding ritual for yourself. Something simple, something sustainable, something that reminds you who you are when the world gets loud. Because the world will get loud, life will get messy, chaos will come knocking. But you get to decide whether it finds a home inside you or passes through like weather. So I would say choose to be a mountain. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.